One of the famous people in our world today did come into the fullness of the
Mhm.
sacraments over Easter week, and that is Tammy Peterson, the famed wife of Jordan Peterson. And it was very, very interesting. Perhaps even slightly more interesting, though, was the follow up interview that EWTN did with Jordan Peterson about his wife's conversion. But in there, I want to get to the bit about her conversion in a second and what he said about that. But what he said about his own possible conversion was stunning. Watch this.
What is stopping you from embracing the faith of your wife?
You mean all those pesky Catholics? I don't know if anything is stopping me.
What's holding you back?
I don't think anything's holding me back. Everybody's got their own destiny. And so,
Is it in yours?
is it in mine? I would say it's unlikely. But
Why do you say unlikely?
I exist on the borders of things.
Oh, jeez.
So, why is that? I don't know. But that's how it is.
Isn't that stunningly interesting? Well, God, first of all, God bless Colin, the interviewer at EWTN. Really phenomenal job. Hard to interview someone who is so intellectual and comes back at you with these seemingly like don't go there answers, but he presses gently but firmly. It was actually very well done. The answer, though, is really stunning. It's unlikely because I exist at the borders of things. Immediately struck me. It's like, why don't you go into the SSPX then, perhaps? That seems to be at the borders of things today. But I'd love to hear your take, Father.
Well, how should I say this? The interviewer, what was the interviewer's name?
Colin. His last name I'm not sure, but Colin is his first name.
He has a great presence. He has a great presence, and he does a good job. I would not have pushed that much. And I think I get the idea. Listen, Jordan Peterson, I've been following for, I don't know, 15 years. The first time I heard him, he was giving a lecture on Genesis, and I was absolutely taken with it. I never heard of him. Nobody had. It was fantastic. But he's not the kind of man, I perceive anyway, he's not the kind of man you're going to push or pull. He has to do things on his own. And you know what? I know that he's going to come to the faith. I know he is. But I would not have challenged him like that. No, that's not the way to get an answer out of him like that. His answers come from self-reflection. He gets into himself and he starts examining himself in the light of other philosophers, other psychologists, and it's always an interesting journey to take with him. But when you get to the direct thing of almost a challenge, you lose him. You lose him. I'm going to continue praying for Jordan Peterson because he's the kind of convert that I always want to get. I want to go for the whales, not the minnows. When I go fishing, and he's a whale. He's a whale. I pray for him a lot. I'd like to say daily. I don't. I forget every day, but a lot I pray for him, especially after I listen to some of his programs. They're inspiring. And I remember to say a prayer for him that he comes into the fullness of the Catholic faith. Stranger things have happened, but I don't think you're going to get there by challenging or pushing or pulling.